this is Jersey. You're watching The Garden State.
You are listening to The Garden State, the only New Jersey podcast that gives you all the news you need to hear this week. My name is Josh Sobo.
My name is Josh Chomik.
And behind the camera, the man himself,
James Parker Jr.
James Parker Jr.
Gets more mysterious and scary by the week.
Do you like how I did a pause there? We've trained Jimmy so well. He waits on my command to introduce himself.
Hey, I know that I can't talk before being spoken to around here.
Well, when you put it like that, I mean, I don't know.
I don't really know how I feel about Jimmy. We're still getting used to him on the pod here. Episode 15.
We actually found Jimmy on Craigslist. A lot of people don't know this. We just put in a Craigslist ad like, guy to be on a podcast behind the camera. And this is what
who knows everything about New Jersey.
It's a very specific ad we put up. And we got Jimmy.
You should have seen the interview questions I had to answer. It was pretty wild.
Shout out to everyone who followed Jimmy on Instagram this week.
Yeah, so last week on the podcast, we gave a shout out to Jimbo Parks, his actual Instagram. And Jimmy, how many followers did you get from that?
I've got like 40 followers. It's pretty nice.
Wow.
Thanks for following along, guys.
We're on the search to find Jimmy, the love of his life. So if you're an eligible bachelorette, slide in the DMs and just say hello. He's going to be really mad at me for saying that, but
he's holding interview processes this week, so.
Thanks.
So, boys, what'd you guys do this weekend?
Jimmy, what did you do this weekend?
Did some hiking.
Where?
Sick and Bite.
Cheesequake State Park.
Close
Close to home.
It's all right.
Cut the grass. It's that time of year. There's nothing better than waking up on a Sunday morning to the sound of lawnmowers. You just know it's spring.
Also the smell, just entering
the
your
fresh
windows.
cut grass. Love it.
It's a good feeling for sure, but my allergies this week, I don't know if anybody else, but my allergies are killing me. You could probably hear it in my voice right now. I cannot breathe out of my left nostril right now. I'm dying. I used a neti pot right before recording, and
He sounds like this.
I still sound like disgusting.
You're listening to The Garden State.
Is that any better?
Jimmy was sick 3 weeks ago. I was sick last week on the pod. Now Josh got it. So
We're just passing it around.
Next week is going to be Jimmy again. It's a circle.
Oh, don't say that. Nuh-uh. I'm done for the year.
So you went hiking at Cheesequake Park.
Yeah.
What's a hike entail at Cheesequake Park? It's like,
It's pretty flat, I think we did like 4 miles. It was nice.
Not bad.
wow, it's pretty good.
Get those steps in, bro.
I went with my friend Madison and her dog Bowie, and Bowie was off his leash and went right into this giant mud puddle. And
Nice.
then I had to bring Bowie back in my car.
Do you think this podcast has the power yet to change Cheesequake Park to Cheesecake Park? Because it just makes so much more sense. Like, we could probably petition the state and just say, change the name to Cheesecake Park.
You just need to talk to your legislators. You can make it happen.
We are the legislators. This is the Garden State podcast.
You can make it happen.
Can you give us like an address to write to someone or like an
I
email?
don't know who's in charge of that area.
I want to know who my legislator is. I don't know.
Well, we should probably learn that since we do have the largest New Jersey-based podcast.
One of the biggest, actually.
I think we are the biggest at this point.
I have no idea. All love to all the other New Jersey podcasts, but we might be up there.
We're gunning for the top spot, some would say. So,
You know what I'd be more interested in? Who has it doesn't have to be like a New Jersey topic podcast, but who has like the largest podcast in New Jersey that's recorded in New Jersey?
my guess would be, does MKBHD have a podcast? That's the tech review guy?
Probably. Yeah, he definitely
If you guys
does.
don't know MKBHD, he's the guy that does the reviews for everything tech related on YouTube. He's the best. And he lives in, I think he's from Maplewood, New Jersey, and I think he
Super
went
close.
to Stevens.
Yeah, Damiano and him were classmates.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Jimmy's boy Damiano once again making getting a shout out on the pod.
And our friend Vin as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's.
Can they hook it up so he can come onto the pod with us?
I don't think that they were actually friends. I think him and Vin were actually in a group project together once.
I'll text Damiano tonight. See what I
do
can
it.
do.
So, but beyond MKBHD, I think that we absolutely have the crown for the largest New Jersey podcast.
Thank you to everyone who's been listening every single week. We're 15 in right now. This is crazy. We haven't skipped a week yet. 15 is a big number, and we just appreciate you guys for all the support. Thank you for listening.
And now I'm curious who has a bigger podcast than us. in New
There's
Jersey.
so many more. There has to be more.
I know. Well, our podcast isn't even big, by the way, so it wouldn't take much to be bigger than us.
We believe in us,
But
though. And you
can't-
believe in us.
it's that
That's all that
confidence.
matters.
You can't like sort that on Spotify or something?
I've tried. It's very complicated, actually. There's no like actual chart. It gets probably deep into the web somewhere, but it's not like
There's
a quick search
probably
away.
there's probably a ton of podcasts that are massive in New Jersey. I just don't know of them. I asked Jimmy. I wanted to hear, what did you do this weekend?
It was one for the books, dude. It was great.
Let me guess.
Take a wild guess what I did.
You golfed.
I did golf at a new golf course that I've never been to before.
Which one?
I played at Rutgers,
Oh,
Wow.
which is like shocking because I know so many people who constantly play there, but I've never been. So it was awesome.
Go back to the start of that. Sorry, I just sneezed so
No,
loud.
I didn't hear you. You're fine. You didn't sneeze into your mic, so you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll cut this
I'm keeping that.
that was a powerful sneeze too. Like that, if we could harness the power of that sneeze.
I tried so hard not to sneeze.
I'm trying to
made it
like
so
share my
much
story,
worse.
and Jimmy is always just trying to take the spotlight on the podcast. Classic Jim.
Hey, when you don't get a camera, you got to do something.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you'll get a camera soon, Jimmy.
So how'd you play at this Rutgers course?
Oh, I played all right, but it was a beautiful Saturday. Watched some baseball. Oh, on Sunday I bought a Nintendo Switch. I've been playing Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. So much fun.
Sick.
So I really don't have a life now because this podcast, work, and now Pokemon on my Switch. Also, we went to a diner on Saturday. We did a lot this weekend.
This Saturday, this is where my allergies began. We were driving to this diner. I forgot to take my Zyrtec. We went back to my place to get the Zyrtec, and then we were on the way there, and I just did not feel normal from then until now. And we went to Time to Eat Diner in Bridgewater.
It could have been Time to Eat who did it to you.
It could have. Maybe they poisoned me. I don't know. That's bad PR for Time to Eat. But yeah, that was a fun little moment. And then I just felt not normal from then on.
What else did you do this weekend?
Sunday, I went to my brother's place for a little family get together, and I think that, to be honest with you, the pollen was just so bad outside, and that also contributed to my my feelings right now. So I don't know what's going on with me, man. I'm a real basket case right now, and
You're just neti potting it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna neti pot right after this. I'm addicted to the. I almost said I'm addicted to the pot. That would have sounded like I'm addicted to the neti, and. But yeah, for me, it was a chill weekend. I think once you get married, you young lads will understand this one day. You young guppies, when you get married, your life becomes kind of a cycle of doing the same stuff. Like you get into a routine. Same coffee spot every Saturday morning.
Same golf course.
Yeah. I mean, if you might find a lady on the golf course.
You never know, bro. You got to go hunting every week, not just for your golf ball in the woods, but
Have you found, dude? If you called me up and you were like, "You're not going to believe what happened while I was golfing,"
I found her
She's
in the woods. We were looking for our golf balls together.
That would be.
But you know what? Coming from Cho, it wouldn't surprise me.
That would make sense. So
my mic smells like fire, like it was around a campfire or something. I don't know why, because it's been in the case all week since last podcast. It just like has this scent brewing off it right now, and I just can't put my finger on it.
that's my musk. I just smell like that.
Yeah,
and,
you
and
wish.
last week at the that was
You
my
wish.
microphone. So should we just get into the news? This is a lot of rambling. The people at home, the people in their Volkswagen Jettas right now. Is that still a car? A Jetta? Can you
I think so. Yeah.
You can
Yeah, my
still get
mother
a
just
Jetta?
had it.
Your mom had a Jetta?
Yeah, my mom had a Jetta. No,
They don't,
she
they
doesn't
don't
have it
look like the
anymore.
classics, though.
No,
Wait. Good for your mom though with the Jetta.
my mom is a saint.
Let's get into the news, boys.
Let's hear about it.
Well, in Delran, New Jersey, a woman is suing Dunkin' Donuts for burns from hot coffee.
Third week in a row, another Dunkin' burn.
I think we released something when we first talked about this story. When we first brought up the fact that you could make money off of getting burned from Dunkin' Donuts, we created a reoccurring trend. Again, I'm hyping up our podcast to be more than it is, but this happens every week now.
Yeah, every week I look through the news and I'm seeing like Dunkin' Donuts and what's the headline? Someone's suing them. So
Yeah, it says
it's old news already.
a woman suffered third-degree burns and drove into traffic after a Dunkin' employee spilled 3 hot cups of coffee on her at the drive-thru.
Not one, not two, 3.
3 cups of coffee.
I guess like it was in the tray and he just handed it to her and it slipped. It
And
was
her
not his
reaction
fault.
was to just step on the gas as hard as possible.
It says Piccolo ordered breakfast and 3 coffees, including an extra large, a large, and a medium, according to the lawsuit. It stated she was told to wait in her pickup truck while the employee brought her the coffee. An employee came out carrying the 3 cups and a cardboard tray holder. The lawsuit says, but the suit says, as he handed the tray to her, the extra large cup fell forward into Piccolo's lap, followed by the 2 other cups. So 58 ounces in total of scalding hot Joe.
See, like, how is this going to be proven that she wasn't the one who dropped it? Unless the guy just comes out straight up saying, I spilled it on her.
I have no idea, but this is August 2021, which makes me think it happened.
All these old stories are just popping out.
People are coming out of the woodworks. Dunkin needs to straighten up with this situation. It also goes on to say that after it happened, she jumped out of her vehicle and tore off her pants.
What? Well, yeah, she's probably just burning her.
It's not funny, but it's...
Well, the way you read it. Well, think about it. You got 58 ounces of burning hot coffee on you. What's the first thing you do?
Yeah, I would rip my pants off. But here's the thing. The way 1015 writes articles is comical. I'm telling you, I can't read one of their articles without laughing. Like they have comedians over there or something writing these articles. So I don't know what happens with Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know if from here on out, people just are going to do this every week. It looks like the big man Murph down in Trenton needs to make a decision here with what's going to happen with Dunkin'.
See, today I have a cup of tea in my hand.
Yeah.
Boiled at 204. I made the temperature and it's very hot and I'm sipping it very slowly. If this thing poured onto me right now, it would hurt.
Can I share with you guys how I got burned from hot liquid yesterday? Yesterday, I purchased this neti pot, right?
Oh, God.
Oh, goodness. Here we go. The neti pot story.
I launched some really hot water into that thing, and then I scorched the inside of my right nostril, and my nose was so clogged on the left side, it didn't go through, so it was just a pool of hot water.
No.
I woke up this morning.
I'm shocked that you still are congested after doing that.
Dude, I woke up at 5:30 this morning, and my nose was in so much pain from the neti. I should sue... Wait a second.
You should sue Neti Pot.
I'm going to sue the neti pot. They didn't put clear instructions on the manual.
How hot is it supposed to be when you do it?
I didn't read the manual. I have no idea. I'm sure it says maybe like 190 degrees.
It's very dangerous, Josh.
Well, I'll get better, as will...
I'd rather burn my leg than my nose or inside my nostril. That sounds...
The inside of your nostril is like the roof of your mouth times 2. That's how uncomfortable it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't say times 2. The roof of your mouth is a little... I'd rather burn the roof of my mouth. No, I'd rather burn my nose and then the roof of my mouth.
Josh, have you ever poured a neti pot down your nose with hot water in it?
No, I'm a normal human being.
You know what I thought? This is how messed up my mind is. I was laying in bed this morning in so much pain, and I was like, this would be... Like, if I could see this being a torture technique. Like, if someone was torturing me, pour hot water down your nose. It was so painful.
Ugh.
It was like my brain was on fire. So
Probably part of it traveled up to your brain in the process.
That makes so much sense because I have not been the same mentally since last night.
We could tell. It's okay. We love you.
Well, we'll see what happens in Delran, New Jersey with the Dunkin' Donuts situation. Dunkin' is in hot water this week.
Oh!
You like what I did there?
I see what you did there.
What were you going to say?
Yeah, like I wonder... Like every single week we're hearing a story now. Like I want to hear what's actually going to happen with all these stories. All we hear is the headline, but like we don't ever find out what happened afterwards. So we have to look more into these cases.
Yeah, let me go down to the bottom of the article and just see if there's anything. It just says there's a lawsuit. We don't know what's going to happen. We will give you updates on these Dunkin' stories as we hear them.
Shout out Del Rand though.
Imagine though if this lady, Piccolo, I don't know her first name, something Piccolo. Listens to the pod. That'd be amazing.
That'd be really cool.
We should have her on.
I want to hear about the whole incident firsthand. So,
if any of you know this lady from Delran that burned herself, give her our email address, contact.thegardenstate@gmail.com.
Or shoot us her like social media handles. We'll reach out to her.
We'd love to chat.
I want to talk to someone who's suing Dunkin'. I really do.
A New Jersey man stole valuables from dead bodies as he drove them to the morgue.
There's one thing when you steal from a person who's alive, but stealing from a dead man, that's a new level of disrespect right there, brother.
It says a central New Jersey man is facing multiple charges for stealing from the dead in Middlesex County. Police say Kevin Thomas Jr., 43 of Sayreville, was employed as a driver to transport the dead to the morgue before dropping off the deceased. The Middlesex County prosecutor claims he stole wallets, credit cards, and other valuables off the corpses and went on shopping sprees.
No way.
In a statement, prosecutor Yolanda Scione says Thomas used the credit cards to purchase plane tickets, groceries, movie tickets, and other items at various small businesses throughout Middlesex County.
Oh my gosh, these criminals are so dumb. Why are you using the dead guy's credit card? They're going to find that.
That's unbelievably dumb. Why would you? And movie tickets? There's got to be something better to buy than a movie ticket.
Oh my God.
He's going to see the new Batman with a dead guy's credit card.
He was so stoked that night thinking about him at the movie theater. He's like, yeah, I got away with this for free, stealing from a dead guy.
He's like taking candy from a baby. It goes right in the
I wonder
theater.
what the total amount he stole was.
Do you think he snuck candy into the movie theater when he bought the tickets on the credit card?
100%.
Yeah.
Or do you think he used the credit card to buy the candy?
No,
No.
actually, no. He probably bought the candy at the movie theater because he had free money. So he was just like, I'm going to do it legally this time.
Well, it takes a lot of guts to steal from anybody in general, like you said, but to steal from the dead.
And to think you would get away with it using a credit card. Like the family's going to see the statement. Like people are going to start seeing these statements coming up.
This makes me think, what goes on? Well, imagine seeing a credit card statement with a purchase like on your deceased father after he died. That'd be so
No,
You'd be like,
bro.
wait a second, hold on. What's going on here?
That's weird.
But yeah, to steal from the dead, I really wonder how he was making this happen. Was he on the highway? He'd pull over and go in the back seat and steal stuff? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, he would have to do it on the way to the morgue. So he'd probably pull into like maybe a Wawa or something, try to like, you got to keep it like natural. You can't just pull off into the side of the road and just like be in the back of a, what is it? Like a van?
Yeah, a corner van.
Yeah, a corner van.
What
So
does
it's
that
a little
look
sketchy.
like? What is a coroner?
It's like a creepy white van.
Yeah, just a van.
Yeah.
It's not a hearse. The hearse is what you take, to the funeral. Or no, to the cemetery.
A coroner van looks like that. It's just a creepy white van.
Yeah, it's a creepy white van. So like the guy probably just pulled into a regular like parking lot, maybe like a shopping center, and he would get out and go into the back and go off, man, and just check out all the pockets and steal as much as he could.
But like, how creepy is this? Like, how low do you have to go that you're like touching like a dead body?
Well,
and, I don't
if
know.
it's your job, Jimmy, these people get numb to it. And they're probably so used to being with dead bodies every single day, transporting
true.
them. And so the guy was just like, it's like a normal day. I'm just going to keep on taking money. He probably did this for a while.
I guess so. I was out to dinner a few weeks ago with my friends, and there was this girl there who works as like one of the people who make you ready for your funeral. And
That's a great job,
like
by
they
the way.
do the makeup and stuff?
like they take all your organs out and put them into bags and then put them back in your body.
So
and
what are you when you're in a casket?
What do you mean? What
Like
are you?
what is it? Just like your flesh? Do they like your flesh and bones?
Okay, so this is what this girl
they
told me.
remove all the-
I don't know how accurate this is, but this is what she said. She said that they take like all your organs out. If you're an organ donor, obviously your organs go to where they're supposed to be. If you're not an organ donor, they put them in like biohazard bags and then put them back into your body. And that's where they will just be.
and they bury you with the bag inside of you?
Yeah, so my comment was, so there really is no chance that I'm waking up in this coffin and being like, hey, I'm not really dead.
Wow.
No, yeah, they drain your body, bro.
Yeah, they drain like your fluids and stuff. And she said, yeah, we like break bones and stuff so you look good in the casket. And I was like, this is insane.
That's where the term Saved by the Bell came from?
No.
Saved by the Bell. I heard this like in high school. Saved by the Bell was apparently a term coined because they used to attach a bell to a rope inside of people's coffins.
No way.
And then if they,
Wow.
because what they would find is like claw marks inside a coffin. So if somebody like woke up, they'd pull a rope and start ringing the bell, and they'd go, "Whoa, he's alive!"
Wow.
And they dig him up and they pull him out. So,
And here I thought it meant when like a teacher's asking you a question and
nah,
the
man.
next
Well, let me
period
look that up
bell
before I spread
rings.
fake news.
No, but
that makes
that's
a
an
lot of
interesting
sense.
take. No, that makes sense.
Saved by the Bell meaning. Let's see if it's actually true. It's
I think you should just own it.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's a
good.
pretty good theory, Josh.
yeah, no, it came from Lord Chesterfield in 1769. He said, "All I desire for my own burial is not to be buried alive." So that is in reference to the Saved by the Bell rope. The
Wow.
more you guys know. Here's an image, wow, of the coffin with the rope and the bell. Very cool.
The last thing I'll leave you with from this dinner experience is we were like eating and she had some rice and she was eating the rice and she said, yeah, all I think about now when I eat rice is it looks exactly like maggots.
Oh
And
my
now I
gosh.
haven't been able to eat
Oh.
rice since. So
Now everyone listening is not going to be able to eat
Exactly.
rice.
Who was
Good
this
job.
person you were with?
I was out with a bunch of people that I knew from work, and one of their friends was there, and she worked in this job.
Was she sitting in the corner of the table, like under dim light, with like a top hat?
No.
Like, can I tell you something, kid?
Nuh-uh.
The things I've seen.
I mean, definitely an interesting individual.
Well,
but-
let's move on. Before
My
Jimmy-
dad was telling me, it's like, he was like, if I could retire from my job tomorrow, I'd probably get like a part-time job at a funeral home.
Really?
Yeah.
Why the funeral home?
I don't know. I think they pay good.
There's something about I just want to get out of them. Anytime I go to like
It's pretty peaceful.
a wake, I just want to leave.
You're always around death and people crying.
It's
and, like,
life. That's life.
That's so depressing.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
It's
Doesn't
normal.
Honestly, like I think the death part doesn't really bother me. It's more the carpet. I think that really gets to me.
They really need to update a lot of these
The
homes.
carpet in these funeral homes. It's like, where do they even select it from? Okay, I'm gonna move on. Bad joke. All right. So let's move on to the next story, which is amazing. 2 New Jersey men bail as a garbage truck loses its brakes and barrels into a park.
A garbage truck.
Yeah, this is a story.
That's tough.
It says 2 passengers jumped from a speeding garbage truck as it barreled down a steep hill into a Passaic County park and stopped just short of plunging into a brook after losing its brakes.
So I'm guessing they just like dove out the window or just like opened the door and just as the thing's going down
It
a hill.
sounds like that. It says the driver and both occupants were hospitalized with injuries that weren't considered life-threatening after the Gata garbage out of Patterson sped down Brockenhuizen. That's a weird German street name. Brockenhuizen Lane into Golfel Brook Park at 11:30 a.m. Tuesday, April 26th.
You know, it's Jimmy Parks. I can honestly say I've never heard of this park.
You've never heard of Golfel Brook Park?
Never been there
What a
before.
name.
Yeah, so these 2 guys are just driving. They're doing their route. They're picking up the trash, and the brakes go out on the truck. How does that happen? How does that even happen that brakes stop working? I want to know because it seems made up.
It's terrifying. I think about it all the time when I'm on the highway.
Now, what I really want to know about this story, what type of garbage truck are we talking about here? Are we talking about the ones that have the forks in the front that bring the can up and over?
Or is your classic neighborhood garbage
Yeah.
can?
No, there's a photo in the article, actually, and it's a really nice looking green garbage. Like, it looks
It's new?
pretty, yeah, it looks very new.
The brakes should not have went on.
And it looks, not only does it look new, but it's hanging over the ledge in this park.
Let me see this photo.
Yeah, I'll pull it up right now for you. Yeah, there it is. If you look at this photo, it's a really nice looking truck.
It's a beautiful garbage truck. Very clean. Looks pretty new. Wow, right on the edge.
Right on the edge of that cliff, man. And you know what? Good thing they didn't lock the doors because they would have been stuck in the truck. And who knows what would have happened next.
Oh, man.
Why is it so comical? Why is it so naturally comical that it has to
It's
be
a garbage truck.
They're funny,
why,
right?
yeah.
Like there's something about a garbage truck that's just funny.
Yeah, that's why we laughed immediately. Even though it's a terrible situation, it's a garbage truck.
Like if it was an ice cream truck, it'd be a step funnier, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But like a step less funny would be like
A hearse.
no, that's arguable because a hearse is like there's something comical about the nature of a hearse. Like it's designed to carry dead people around. Not that that's funny, but it's just like that's its job.
Yeah.
But like I'm trying to think of a vehicle now that'd be less funny. Like I don't know. I can't think of another vehicle now. Remember, Josh, when we were in Ohio and a truck carrying a bunch of pineapples blew up on the highway?
I'll never forget that. I've never seen so many pineapples in my life.
That was funny. That was naturally funny. Like, what was this truck doing with so many
No one
pineapples?
got injured. There was just a mountain of pineapples on the highway. And that was
you
the
take
worst
one?
Ohio experience of my life.
No, they were roasted because they lit on fire. No.
Yeah, so it reeked of pineapples, dude. It was awesome.
So, like, would you rank pineapple truck funnier than a garbage truck?
Well, pineapple truck was just a regular, like, semi. So, like, it doesn't look funny. It looks like a regular truck.
It's just the contents of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a funny truck like an Amazon delivery van. That wouldn't be. You'd be like, whatever. That stinks for that guy.
Amazon delivery vans are just plain out dangerous. You see how they drive?
Yeah, they do. The guy on my block
They
drives
just make
crazy.
U-turns wherever they want.
Why do you think they deliver so quickly? Why do you think they're so great at their jobs?
I don't know. The U.S. Postal Service would never.
Yeah, that's why they're always late.
What's with U.S. Postal Service workers no longer wearing the uniform? Can we talk about this?
I think it has to do with like
Since when?
part-time people.
The dignity of the post office has gone deeply downhill since
they should
Jimmy.
Keep they should keep the
If
uniforms.
you're a full-timer, do the people on the podcast know how our weird connection, Sobes?
Yeah, we talked about, I think, in episode 2, how your dad and my dad in
Yeah.
the 80s worked at the post office together.
My dad always wore his uniform, wore his pith helmet and everything.
My dad too.
You gotta own that job, man. Like you gotta be so proud of what you do. Wear the uniform. That's sick. I wish like I had a uniform. We should have uniforms.
I think that the post office, being a mailman, is a job I'd take just for the merch because you get some killer stuff when you get that job. The jackets,
The shirts.
that cool bag they all get to carry around.
Yeah.
Bring the hats back.
Yeah, bring those hats. My dad had a trucker hat.
It's so cool.
Awesome.
I'm sure I have hats laying around I can bring you guys.
Well, if you could find us one, Jim, bring it in to the studio
yeah.
and we'll all wear them. Support the USPS.
I could just like picture these guys in this garbage truck just flying down the road. They're listening to the radio. They're having a great time. They're enjoying their, they make the best of their morning, just going crazy, laughing. Then all of a sudden the brakes go and they're like, uh-oh.
I picture them being like two really young guys.
Yeah.
And they have New York accents. And he's like just talking about how the brakes aren't working. I don't know. It's just
The rest is
there's
history.
something comical about it. Thank goodness they're not injured severely. And they will go on to pick up another trash bag and live another day.
It's good stuff.
Shout out to all the garbage service members out there. We salute you.
Yes. Thank you for all
Walk
you do.
the thin green line. Is there a thin green line?
I would think that'd
amazing.
be like Parks employees.
Thin
like garbage
green
trucks.
line. Let's see what that is. The thin. I think it's military actually.
Oh.
Well, we could add garbage men to that list because they're usually garbage trucks are green for some reason. Maybe I'm just thinking waste management.
That's recyclables. Your recycling's the green.
No, that's the blue.
Oh, you're right.
Jimmy, you've been throwing it in the wrong can.
For
All right,
years.
let's move on to this next article, which is very controversial. The New York Post is reporting that 2/3 of New Jersey residents would leave the state if they could.
I am not surprised. The state is so expensive, dude. I love New Jersey, but come on, dude. How are we going to afford to live here?
I've been trying to leave for the last 5 years.
I can't blame you. I can't, because how are we going to buy a house now?
Listen,
It's so expensive.
I
Even
am-
rent is expensive.
I'm so ready to buy a house right now, but I'm waiting for this market just to kind of take a tumble. Remember Scarlett Takes a Tumble, that video?
Wow.
Just superimpose the New Jersey housing market onto Scarlett, and that's what I'm hoping for in this coming year.
That would be amazing. I would love to pick up a nice piece of property, maybe some land. I want a nice sized home. And right now I've been renting for the past 5 years and I'm sick of it. I want my own place. It's just
Yeah.
so expensive.
Got a little personal there.
Bro, I really want my own house.
Well, here's the thing with Jersey. Making fun of Jersey is like making fun of one of your family members. Let me explain what I mean by that. Like, I have a lot of siblings, right? I can make fun of my siblings, but if some random person makes fun of my sibling, my brother or my sister, it's
personal.
You're not allowed to do that, right?
No.
Same thing with Jersey. We all hate it here. That's kind of the point. All of us would leave in a heartbeat. Besides Jimmy Parks, of course, he loves the state. He wants to be governor.
Yeah, he will be.
But we all don't like it, but we all hate on it, but we're never going to leave. That's just the reality of the situation for the state of New Jersey.
Well, why do we stay? We have good jobs. We love the people we work with. We love our friends and family who we're with. That's why I'm here.
And I think that the convenience is understated, right? We got easy access to New York
Everything,
City, Philadelphia, the beach, any store you could possibly
Mountains,
want.
every park you could think of.
Yeah, but is the meaning of life access to stores, guys? I'm a little bit of a hippie here.
No, I don't think so. but
Imagine
I
living
think-
in like, what's the South Carolina city right by the beach?
Myrtle Beach,
No, the South Carolina city that's like
Wilmington,
something with a C.
Charleston.
Charleston? Is that it?
That's more inland, isn't it?
That is more inland.
There's this, I forget.
Wait, I know what you're talking about. No, Charleston, yeah.
Charleston. Imagine living in Charleston, South Carolina on the beach. You go into town and get some good like Southern style cooking and your life is easy. And in this fantasy, you drive like a cool old 1980s Ford F-150 square body truck and like you surf with your friends and have bonfires.
Even the
It's a good
Carolinas,
life.
even the Carolinas are getting expensive now too. You got to go to like
Yeah, that's
South
true.
Dakota in the middle of nowhere where you can't access anything for like 10 miles.
Well, you know the good thing about South Dakota?
Wall jug.
Tsunamis. You're never going to get hit by a tsunami in South Dakota.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about those.
Do hurricanes ever hit South
No.
Dakota?
No.
Really?
Tornadoes, though.
But no, yeah, there's tornadoes, but it's not like you're in Kansas or you're in like the middle of the country.
You
Like,
can't downplay a tornado and be like, yeah, there's tornadoes, but that's like be like, yeah, he has cancer, but it's not like, you know.
no, you
got
seriously don't hear. You don't
wildfires.
hear about like I don't know.
You got big grass fires out there. Those grass fires, you really got to watch out for.
Nonetheless, there's not really anything happening in South Dakota unless you're in Sturgis and like you're into bikes and all that fun stuff.
I think if we left, here's what I'm conflicted about. Would we have to end the podcast if we left New Jersey, or would we pretend we still live here?
No, we're gonna recreate this living room in your new house or my house, and we'll just keep going because hey, the love is still there.
Yeah,
It's just we gotta move because we're just trying to save money.
absolutely.
Like we want to have good lives.
So I was hanging with a friend recently that's moving to North Carolina, and he was telling me he can work remotely and still get paid New York wages.
That is the steal, bro. That's the way to
and
go
I'm
now.
like, dude, sign me up.
That's another reason why people are leaving now because of remote jobs.
Yeah, I think-
that where they get paid salaries from New York and live in the middle of the country where everything is so cheap.
All these companies had to kind of show their hand and go, you really can do your job from your house, but we don't want you to. And I think people are like fed up. So here's what the article says. It says Garden State residents are heading for the exits. A record 59% of New Jersey residents said they would want to leave their state at some point. A Monmouth University poll released Monday finds. That's 6 to 10 percentage points higher than in prior polls when Jersey residents were asked the same question from 2007 to 2014. So the number is definitely going up over the last 8 to 10 years.
I think there's a lot more to this, though. You got to see how like social media plays into this. And they're saying at some point. I think at some point, everybody would like to, leave
It's true.
from
Yeah,
where
you
they
don't really
grew up,
know.
right? And now, like with social media being so prevalent, you go on TikTok, you see these beautiful places. You're on Instagram, you see these beautiful places. It makes you think, oh, I wouldn't mind living in Montana at some point in my life.
I don't know. I think we just had a weird 2 years of life, and people are
Well, that too. It all plays
people are
into
just
it.
they're making their moves.
But
I think if there's
I don't
ever a
think-
time to leave, to move your state, I think COVID kind of did it to a lot of people. They were like, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, but I don't think 59% of people are like, I'm leaving tomorrow.
You know what? I just
No,
want
I
to
agree with
say,
that.
like, I would love to be part of one of these polls one day that we always hear about.
Yeah, that's the thing. Who are these people?
Yeah,
I've
like-
never been in a poll.
Me neither. I want to be in one of these polls. Sign me up.
It's all made up.
That's
Jimmy,
the thing.
who's in the polls? Jimmy, you would know.
I have no idea.
It said Monmouth University does them. So, like,
You
who are
gotta
they asking?
contact Monmouth. Probably students.
But you see, why are we listening to students?
So it's probably
No, it's not
I would love to
students.
know how many people are in the focus group, right? Like,
Yeah.
are they asking 10 people?
I don't think you could. I think they have to do like 4,000 people. I made that number up, but that sounds like a good number.
yeah, we would need at least
I don't
4,000 or
know.
5,000.
The sample
I would
size.
love to know.
So we'll keep you guys updated on if 2/3 of the state do leave.
We're not leaving yet, but we'll keep you guys updated. When
No,
do
we
this
cannot
update.
leave this state until this podcast gets at least, I don't know, something has to happen.
A lot.
Who would be the goal New Jersey celebrity to get on this podcast for each of you?
Joe Pesci, easy, done.
That would be cool.
Springsteen, just because.
So he's not coming into this house.
I know, but that
Josh.
would be pretty cool.
Goal New Jersey celebrity for me. I'm trying to think of NJ celebrities right now. Like I can't name some for me.
Bon Jovi.
No,
Living or dead?
couldn't care less about alive.
Bon Jovi.
Couldn't care less about Bon Jovi.
Queen
Okay, so
Latifah.
Bruce Willis, Bon Jovi, Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq would be cool.
Kevin Spacey,
no,
before the allegations.
no, I'm not a big fan of his work. Probably, I'd say Shaq. Shaq would be like the goal. New
Artie
Jersey.
Lang?
Comedian. You know who that is?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Artie Lang?
Not a fan.
Okay.
John Stewart. I saw John Stewart at WrestleMania actually, and he was a lot shorter than I expected. Yeah, probably Shaquille O'Neal, but
Bro, if Shaq walked in here, bro, he would
break
take over this
chair.
table. We would have him break the table.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
That'd be awesome.
So we will keep you all updated on the data. If any of you have been interviewed by a Monmouth County poll, reach out to us and let us know in the DMs. There's a part of me that has a little bit of disbelief that anybody's actually interviewed by those, but I think it'd be illegal to release fake data, but who knows? So
You never know.
apparently Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz have sold their Englewood, New Jersey home at a $6 million loss.
Today I learned that Alicia Keys lived in Englewood. I didn't even know.
And she, all this time, has been singing about
New
the
York.
Empire State.
She has the Cardi B syndrome.
Dude,
She lives in Jersey, but she says she lives in New York.
hold on a second. That song should have been about New Jersey. And instead of Jay-Z...
In Jersey,
Maybe she's really saying Newark.
in Newark.
That would be a great parody, actually. Imagine if instead of Jay-Z, they get Redman on it because he's from Jersey. That'd be sick.
Get Kanye.
Kanye was in Jersey for a bit.
Yeah, bro.
So it says Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz have finally sold their Bergen County estate after several attempts over the last decade. They took a $6 million loss on the mansion. The
Ouch.
25,000 square foot Englewood home, dubbed Bubble Hill, sits on a 5.42 acre lot and was formerly owned by Eddie Murphy. So,
What? It was a $6 million loss. That's like nothing to these rich people.
isn't it funny how you hear that and you go, "Oh, that stinks." But if any of us got $6 million,
Oh yeah, that would
we're
hurt.
good forever.
Yeah.
$6
Literally.
million is enough to retire for you and your family.
What is life-changing money?
It depends on what you do with it. I think if you get,
I'd take 70,000
that's it, really?
You think that's life-changing?
in Jersey. Heck no.
I think if you get $1 million and you put it in, think about this, right? $1 million in a growth stock mutual fund that gains an average of 7% annually, which is kind of the national average. That's 70 grand a year you're making.
Yeah.
So you get $1 million, you're good to retire. 6 million, if that 7% is accurate, that's $42,000 a month. You're uber rich.
You're really doing
and you don't
well.
have to touch the 6 million. You just withdraw the 42,000 a month.
Yeah.
So that's just some quick math for you guys. If you need financial advice, hit me up in the DMs. I got you with that.
How much did they sell the house for though?
It says
They had the $6
they
million
bought
loss.
the house for $12 million, so I'm assuming they sold it for $6 million.
Ugh.
The house, to be honest with you, it's huge, but doesn't even look good.
Where are they going? New York?
It doesn't.
Somewhere
it
else in
didn't
Jersey?
say, but let me double check to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Whoa, that's inside the house?
Yeah, there's a pool inside of it.
Pool. I want a pool room like that. That looks beautiful.
Eddie Murphy originally tried to sell it for $30 million in 2004. Did not work.
So he sold it to Alicia Keys?
Yep.
Was she the next one? That's so cool.
But why Englewood? I don't get why all
Englewood's nice.
these rich New Jersey people live in Englewood. It doesn't say where she's moving to, but I'm sure they have multiple homes. She is Alicia Keys after all. So we'll keep you updated on Alicia Keys as we find out more. Josh, would you want to live in Eddie Murphy's house?
Yes. Also, Joe Pesci's house in Lavalette.
They knocked it down.
No?
Yeah.
What?
The people bought Joe Pesci's house and knocked it down. They're
Oh, what a
building-
waste. I love the old feel to it. Like they just
Yeah,
That stinks.
They knocked it down, and I used to walk past
That was
that
a
house
relic.
all the time. Shout out to Lavalette.
did they already rebuild or is it just like nothing there right now?
I don't think there's anything there yet, but you know who we could ask? We do know somebody that works in Lavalette.
We do.
We'll follow up with him.
Yeah, check it out.
So, yeah, Alicia Keys. New Jersey State Police have arrested the suspect behind the American Dream shooting.
Let's go.
Crime doesn't pay, kids.
Crime doesn't pay.
Yeah, so it says New Jersey State Police have arrested 20-year-old Anwar Stewart for shooting a man during an attempted robbery at the American Dream Mall.
And this dude was from Brooklyn. Why are you coming to the American Dream? Just do that in Brooklyn.
I mean, it is an amazing mall, an amazing shopping experience. Maybe he wanted to go to Toys R Us.
Maybe he wanted to experience the American Dream.
Possibly. You know, we reported on this a few weeks ago saying it happened in the parking lot, but and you said these gentlemen knew each other. Sounds like you were wrong, Dr. Chomick.
I'm sorry that I'm not always right. I'm not perfect.
Yeah, you should work on that.
Do you know if he paid the parking though?
We never found that out. And to be honest, this is a breaking story. There's not a lot of info on it at all.
What a way to ruin your life. 20 years old.
Let's see if we can find
Attempted
him.
robbery with a shooting at a mall, one of the biggest malls in the country. You're so dumb.
There's something so fun about Googling names of people in articles.
Googly me Googles.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to find him, but his life effectively is over.
I wonder how they found him. Did they say?
No, it didn't say. It just said that, it says East Rutherford, New Jersey. New Jersey State Police have arrested Anwar Stewart, 20 of Brooklyn, for allegedly shooting a man during an attempted robbery at American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, Bergen County. On April 7th, troopers from the New Jersey State Police Meadowlands Station responded to the report of a shooting inside American Dream. When troopers arrived, they discovered one male victim was shot. The victim, who sustained serious injuries, was taken to an area hospital. During the investigation, detectives determined that the victim was shot during an attempted robbery and identified Stewart as the suspect. So it doesn't say how. It just says there was various investigative means, and they found him. So, yeah.
Wow.
He's in Rikers Island.
Rikers
Island, man. Nothing good happens
That's
over
not
there.
a good place to be.
So we shall see what happens to Anwar. Chomik.
Hopefully he doesn't come back. Another one. I just don't want to hear about American Dream in the news for negativity. I want to start hearing some positivity about this place.
Yeah, I agree.
We got to show American Dream some love. We haven't really shown too much love over the past 5 weeks, but we have to give it a shot.
Well, we are sponsored by Menlo Park Mall.
Shut up. I wish. We don't say that.
If you had to be, we should make one of those quizzes. Remember, in 2010, you go on Facebook and there'd be a BuzzFeed quiz.
Which mall are you?
Which New Jersey mall are you? I'm 10,000% Woodbridge Mall.
Facebook moms still take those quizzes.
My mom does. She's like, "What breed of dog are you?"
Wait, Josh, didn't we? By the way, didn't we start a Facebook this week? Can we tell
did
people there?
start
No?
a Facebook page. If you're on Facebook,
I'm not even on Facebook. I got to sign up.
I'm starting it because I want to get these Facebook moms on the side of the Garden State.
Let's go.
We need to branch out and get a new audience.
We're a podcast for everyone.
We are for everyone. We're for the people. And I think it's time. I think it's time we branch out.
How they find us?
You can go on Facebook and search the Garden State Podcast, and you'd be able to find us.
Legit, Josh hasn't even shown me this page yet.
I just put a profile picture up and nothing else. But if you want to be the first like and leave a comment,
Yeah, we'll start posting there this week, these videos. It's also the link in this podcast. So just scroll down to the description of this podcast and you'll find the link to our Facebook page. Go follow it if you're on Facebook. I got to
Josh,
sign up right now.
We have a lot of exciting stuff in the works for this podcast that we
yeah.
can't fully say to the people yet.
It's coming.
It's coming. There's stuff coming. And
Summer's right around the corner, guys. Lots of exciting news.
it'd be a shame if somebody ate a pizza in a park. Whoa.
Interesting.
So
Let's keep it going. Let's keep this train on the tracks toward our destination of...
towards our destination of ending the podcast for the night. Next story. A man covered in vomit drove drunk on Route 15 in Sparta, New Jersey. He claims he thought he was in New York.
Being drunk does that to you.
Well, a 35-year-old New York man was drunk and covered in vomit when he drove with an open trunk on Route 15, authorities said. Adam Daukus of Otisville was covered in vomit as officers stopped him for the open trunk and several other violations on Route 15 in Sparta around 1:40 p.m. on Wednesday. This is pretty messed up. It says when they asked him for his ID, Daukus then handed the officer his credit card instead of registration when asked for credentials. So that's not a good look. Yeah. He was not sober, pretty much, is what the rest of the article hits home on.
Yeah, the vomit covering himself is a giveaway.
When the officer asked Daukus if he knew where he was, he stated that he thought he was in Port Jervis, New York, according to the police. Daukus, what a weird last name, then handed the officer his credit card instead of registration when asked for his credentials, police said. Daukus was then asked to exit the car to participate in a series of field sobriety tests before he reached into his jacket pocket and handed the officer an empty airplane-sized bottle of vodka.
Oh my, so many just red flags.
goodness.
The vomit, the open trunk, the credit card, the
Thinking
bottle
you're
of
in New
vodka.
York.
Thinking you're in New York. He really almost got away with it too.
If he left the trunk closed, he may have, but I'm glad they stopped him because he could have killed somebody.
Yeah, I'm shocked that he didn't get into
so
a car
ridiculous.
accident. It was honestly the trunk. Like, how was he driving fine? Like, that's crazy.
At 1:40 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, on Route 15. That good for him. A very impressive drunk driver right there.
Where's Route 15?
say
And why
that.
do I
Don't
not
say
know?
that.
I'm not commending him. I'm just saying, like, usually
You know where Route 15 is.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
up
Route,
there.
what am I thinking? Route 15.
Yeah.
That's not that crazy that he thought he was in Port Jarvis because
No,
that
it's not super far.
it's like pretty close.
No, but you're still what, a good 25, 30 minutes from Port Jervis at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, but I thought at first that he meant that he was in New York City. He thought he was like driving through the Big Apple.
Oh no, that would have been a sixth red flag right there. That would have been really, really bad.
Let's be honest. Nowadays, it's if you have a phone or if you could just read a sign, it's pretty obvious what state you're in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's very hard to be lost, but at the same time, when you're not sober, these things happen.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive. In the 1:40 in the afternoon.
as the sign says on the Parkway, drive sober.
Or get pulled over.
Thank you, Jimmy.
And this guy,
Click it or ticket.
He chose getting pulled over. Click it or ticket.
Can you imagine that board meeting in Trenton when they were sitting around like, we really need to get people to buckle their seatbelts? What could we put out there? Click it. Click it or ticket. Oh.
The
And they
room
ran
went
with it.
wild.
They ran with that.
That's been a slogan for many years now.
I also I really enjoyed the give us a break signs, and it's a break.
Wait, is it?
You ever seen those? Where it says, those
give us a BRAKE. Give us a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen
and then
it.
it's like a break.
Yeah,
Give us a break.
that's a good one. There's a bunch of them out there. I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head.
Well, we'll see what happens to this guy that was driving under the influence. It says he has a court date. I'm assuming he's going to get some. I don't know what happens to you. Maybe your license gets revoked for a little bit. Jimmy, do you know?
I think it depends how drunk you were and if it's your first offense.
It's crazy.
But he should lose his license.
All right, you guys ready for our spooky story of the week?
Let's do it.
So we've been reading into New Jersey history, and we've been talking through just different things that have happened in the state history that are kind of weird and different mysteries around the state. And one of them came up this week that was actually pretty relevant. Earlier in the podcast, we had mentioned it, and it's actually something that hits pretty close to home.
It's just wild. We've talked about this probably, I don't know, like 8 episodes ago. You guys will recognize it, but crazy story. It's just come up again. So, Josh, take it away.
A 50-year-old New Jersey murder mystery is being brought back into the limelight.
Crazy.
So we got into a conversation around this a little while back, but the story goes there was this teenage girl, and I can read the article, but she was murdered by what they believe was witches for a witchcraft ritual, and they found this out because a man let his dog out. His dog ran into the woods and came home with her leg in his mouth.
It's just, it's disgusting. It's awful.
Absolutely terrifying. But right now what's actually happening is people are becoming interested in this story, and they're trying to solve the mystery and figure out who killed this girl.
Give us a little backstory on like when this happened, where it happened, so that people can know.
Absolutely. So it says a shocking series of events led to the discovery of Jeanette De Palma's body in the woods where it had been left to rot, but the teen's suspected murder remains shrouded in mystery 50 years later. On September 19th, 1972, a dog returned from a frolic in a wooded area with an object in its mouth and started playing with it on the lawn of a nearby apartment building in Springfield, New Jersey. Moments later, the pet's owner went to suspect what appeared to be a large bone and screamed when she realized it was a human arm. Sorry, not a leg, an arm. So the Springfield Police Department was called to the scene, and attending officers later recounted what they saw upon arriving at the woman's home. She took me to the rear door of the apartment, and in a bluish bag, she handed me the arm of a female. So, was that funny, Jimmy?
Well, imagine just being like handed a bag and it has a human arm in it.
It is pretty weird. Like, why would she put it in a bag?
I don't know.
How did she get it out of the dog's mouth?
Hey, don't want to mess with the evidence.
That's true.
Yeah, but if you don't want to mess with the evidence, leave it on the ground.
So
pull the dog away.
My question is like, why is it being brought up now? And what are they doing to solve this? Like, it's been 50 years.
So, yeah, it's a really good question. So basically, it wasn't long. What it goes on to say is it wasn't long before they stumbled across an upper arm bone, and then the rest of the corpse face down and fully clothed in a small clearing on top of a steep hill. Around the body were logs across the head and down the right side, and a small branch under the feet. Chief medical examiner was called there, and to identify the unidentified girl. Dental records later confirmed that the body belonged to 16-year-old local high school student Jeanette De Palma, who had been reported missing by her mother 6 weeks earlier. So absolutely horrible story. What's happening now is people are trying to figure out the mystery here and see if maybe they could solve the murder. And to be honest, I have no doubt that this could be solved.
But like, even being 50 years now, they're going to be able to find who was involved.
I don't know, but possibly. I mean, if you're into like murder mystery podcasts, there's always ones that are solving really old mysteries.
That's true. Yeah.
And who knows? I don't know how they'd uncover it, but
I'm pretty sure they still have these body parts accessible for like DNA tests and all that. So all they got to do is get access to these. So I don't know how hard it is to access that body or like who you have to go through to get it done, but it's nuts.
Yeah. And if you would like to read more about this, you can look up the article. It's by the Daily Beast and it's titled Cops Probe Witchcraft Links in Murder of New Jersey Student. I think it's interesting. I don't know if there's like a forum where people are investigating this and talking about it, but if we find one, we'll let you guys know. Very sad. And like, it's just so eerie because the witchcraft element of it's so crazy. Like, I feel like back in like the 70s, this was like a normal thing.
Yeah, I feel like this stuff happened way more often back then. Like, you don't really hear about like witchcraft murders and stuff like that nowadays.
It's just so wrong. And we'll keep you updated as we hear more. But
we saw the article pop up this week and we're like, wait, Josh, like we talked about this like a while ago. Like, why is this randomly popping up now? So it's wild. Even the article like looks like her photo looks terrifying and like
very
these old
so
articles.
sad. It's like all the pictures they have are very eerie. And I'm trying to find an article to figure out where it actually happened because I know it was in Springfield in a park. I think they said it was behind a ShopRite. But I don't know. I could see like the witchcraft thing being to confuse people into thinking it was something other than what it was. But who knows?
Yeah, maybe it wasn't witchcraft at all. Maybe some guys just killed her and just left her dead.
I don't know. I wouldn't doubt either, to be honest.
So if I actually wanted to go solve this, Josh, who do I go to first if I want to get access to the body?
Access to the body?
Yeah, access to the body.
I don't think you can.
For the bones, I want a DNA test. I want to see everything.
I think what the proper procedure would be like is if somebody had seen her with a man or a woman or someone, you would then accuse the person, then they would test her body to see if there's a DNA test.
I feel like DNA testing is the only way now 50 years, or else something else would happen back then.
That's assuming there's DNA on the body of the corpse.
That would be the only way to look into it, right? Like, how is someone going to prove that they saw someone 50 years ago nowadays?
I guess. I don't know.
They can make up anything.
One headline says, Priest Theory, Devil's Disciples Killed Girl. So there's all these theories from that era of different priests and saying that it was witches because she is in a weird like setting. She's surrounded by logs and there's a cross and lots of smaller crosses, it seems. So
wait, that's when they found her body?
This is the formation.
Oh, so that's weird. I didn't know that.
There's logs around her, then all these crosses, and then a cross at the top, and she was face down. So
snap!
And
that's
her arm
terrifying.
was obviously missing. So just people are so messed up. If you want to look into this and possibly bring peace to the family, because believe it or not, she still has family members around that are trying to figure out what happened. And I could only imagine that even 50 years later, if this was my aunt, for example, I would want to know what I think I'd commit a lot of time to figuring out what went down here.
Or if you have any information about this, or maybe you've been doing your own research, please email us or DM us. Let us know what you know that we don't, because I'm very curious now.
Yeah.
I would love to see this solved.
You can send an email to contact.thegardenState@gmail.com and let us know if you have any info.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Well, Josh, that was all the news I had for this week. Anything you want to say to the listeners before we let them go?
Do you remember where you were in life when you first heard the word email?
Email.
Like when someone's like...
I think before I heard email, I remember hearing, "You've got mail." I remember always hearing that on my mom's computer when I was a kid. Do you know where you were?
I don't remember specifically. I remember I was in my house, but my uncle said the word email. I was like, what is email? And I was just blown away.
Well, can I ask you a question with that? How old were you, do you think, when that happened? Because I think I was born in 94. I think I was a baby right when it was all happening. So there was no like email's a thing now in my lifetime.
I don't know. I must have been like 6, 7, maybe 8. I was born in 92. So what, 2000? No, 98.
I remember distinctly playing on Windows 98 on the computer. And I remember when Windows XP came out, and that was crazy.
Dude, Windows XP was revolutionary. I thought I had the coolest computer ever. Pinball, bro, on
Dude, the
there?
pinball game, I still remember.
The graphics were insane.
The sound effects, you know what sound effect is burned into my brain? When you'd shoot the pinball into the hole on like the left side of the thing and it'd go, I can't make the noise, but it'd be like,
No, I know exactly what you mean.
That noise is like burned. I played that game so much that's burned
That was
into
my
my brain.
favorite game, dude. I wish I could still like access my Windows XP computer just to play that game.
I remember being worried about like viruses. Oh, it was the world was full of viruses. Then.
Oh, we had to buy the virus protection software and put it on
McAfee.
You know what I love still? But my dad is still like very concerned about viruses. And like if you get like an email from someone, even if it's like a family member, but you just haven't talked to him in a long time, my dad's always like very concerned. He's like says to my mom, he's like, don't open any attachments. If they send you photos, don't open the photos.
Well, it's not wrong, but here's the thing. That generation was scarred by viruses. They were so traumatized because the internet was such a new thing to all of them.
Yeah, dude.
And their computers are getting ruined by these hackers creating malware and stuff.
Bro, imagine being a hacker right when the internet came out. You probably were having so much fun.
It was probably very easy,
Fooling
too.
everyone, yeah. But yeah, speaking of emails, you guys can shoot us an email, contact@thegardenstate@gmail.com with any cool stories. If you want to, if you have an interesting story you want us to cover, email us there. If you have any questions, email us there. And also follow us on Discord or join our Discord. I always say that wrong.
Join our Discord. The link is in our bio on our Instagram. And while you're on our Instagram, clicking on that link, make sure to follow us.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure
Growing
to follow
the
the gram. 6,000 followers this week.
Congrats to us.
Let's pat ourselves on the back real quick. Very
Amazing.
nice.
Amazing. So yeah, you definitely also get to our Facebook. Josh is going to add the link to the description of this podcast. Who's on Facebook? Like none of my friends are on Facebook. I don't even know what the demographic is on Facebook these days, but hey, I'm getting back on. So I'm very excited.
It's time to get back on the book.
Yes.
Well,
Oh, it looks so cute.
it's a cute page.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I had for today, guys.
Jim, any departing words for us?
Just like Happy Arbor Day. This podcast comes out on Arbor Day.
I thought it's Earth Day.
No, that was last week.
So someone last week told me that it was Earth Day, but they used to be called Arbor Day.
No, there's two different holidays.
Okay, good. I was
One's Earth Day,
upset.
One's Arbor Day.
Because I remember Arbor Day every year in elementary school. We used to go outside and plant a tree. Yes. So the other day, someone was like, "Oh, they changed the name from Earth Day to from Arbor Day to Earth Day," and I was like, "Oh, that's
these
so
people
lame."
don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, great. So this episode comes out on Arbor Day.
And last week's episode came out on Earth Day.
Go plant a tree.
Plant a tree.
Save a life.
All right.
No more plastic bags, right?
Yeah. Have a good week, everyone.
I was at Trader Joe's and there was a big sign. No,
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I was ending it and you started back up, so let's keep it going.
There was a sign at the door at Trader Joe's reminding us on May 4th that we have to bring our own bags because they're not going to even give us the brown paper bags anymore. So just heads up to everyone that it's coming. And to get your bags prepared, go buy some bags right now.
There's a storm a-coming. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got. So you guys want to just wrap this boy up?
Let's wrap it up like a Christmas present.
Yeah.
God bless all our New Jerseyans. We love all of you. Thanks for listening. Make sure to check our links. Go follow us on IG. Shout out to Jimmy Parks. Shout out to everybody listening. We love you. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
You're watching The Garden State. The Dirty Jers.